The next thing that you will see, I don't know why I went to it, on this sheet is the lucid lens. And you're like, what on earth is the lucid lens? Right. What the lucid lens is explained by my desktop here. Yeah. Our current lucid lens is these two words: remove friction. Okay. And after this session on the coaching site, which you signed up to, yeah, the content will come available. I have to go and make it available underneath. And I've given you this image in various different, what's it called? Screen sizes, so that you can put this image on your computer desktop. I've got one for the phone as well. I've got it on my phone. So you can put it on your phone and on your iPad. I don't think I've actually done an iPad or a tablet resolution, but anyway, you can use this image, put it on there, and what you're going to do with the lucid lens is two things. Number one, when you're trying to make a decision and maybe you're a bit stuck on which choice to go for, or you're a bit frustrated and you're like, oh, I don't know what to do here, you can't make a decision, you remember the lucid lens and you say to yourself, what would the decision be if I was optimizing to remove friction? Yeah, if I was actually attempting to remove friction here. Yeah, does that make sense? So it's almost like you're making a decision, you're putting a lens over the decision. Because what does a lens do? A lens focuses and clarifies. Yeah. So that's the first thing that you'll be doing with the lucid lens in between these sessions. The second thing that you'll be doing with the lucid lens is that when you notice it on your desktop or on your phone, when you're around in your life, you'll say to yourself, okay, what am I doing right now? How can I remove friction in this situation? Yeah? What are the different ways I could remove friction in this situation? Okay, so those are the two ways you'll be using the lucid lens, and we're going to have different ones each time. Okay, this idea, it's like an extension. I don't know if you know Brian Eno's oblique strategies, but basically it was a set of cards that he used and put out there for people to use in the creative process to kind of get unblocked and unstuck. But this is kind of an extension of it, where we're actually putting a specific lens over our kind of life for a week in order to think around things. It's not that always we will want to be removing friction, right? But it is an interesting way of making decisions to actually say, I'm actually going to decide to use this lens to make the decisions for the next week to see what happens. Okay, this is all about experimentation. So does everybody understand what I mean, by the way, when I say remove friction? Does anybody not understand that?
Gerald asked the question if you can give an example of friction.
Okay. An example of friction in a music production process, for instance, would be using outboard. In that, I have to record the outboard into a DAW. Now, a possible answer to the question, how do I remove friction here, is not to use outboard. Now, I'm aware of that option. Yeah, the question is making me aware of that option, and actually I'm not going to take it, right? Because I really love using that and it's really inspiring. But that's an example of friction, yeah. And I think that very often people get stuck in decisions that they've previously made for another reason, which is no longer relevant. Yep. So let's say, for instance, I decide that I just get bored. I don't think I'm ever going to, by the way, of the DFAM, right? But let's just say I get really, really bored of the DFAM. But because I was really excited by the DFAM, I'm still using all this outboard, and it's kind of, I'm still doing things in a certain way. But right? If I use the lens of remove friction, it will actually remind, hang on a minute, why am I doing this? Yeah. So there's an example of friction.